Okay, I wanted to make a video to show you all how to find your key features on your calculator. So we're going to start right away. We're going to just clear our RAM, make sure that nothing's in their program to mess us up. And then we're going to start in y equals. And we're going to use the equation we see x squared plus 8x plus 12. All right, now from here, we're going to be able to get all of our key features that we see over in the red: domain and range, x and y intercepts, the zeros, vertex, etc. So first things first, we're just going to go down in order. The domain and range. The best way to get domain and range is just by looking at the graph, because it'll tell you all your possible x's, all your possible y's. If I'm looking for all of my possible x values, then I see it's going to continue to go up and continue to go out, which means all reals. The domain for this graph will be all real numbers. The range for this graph is going to, since this is the lowest point, then we need to figure out what's this point. Okay, and we can do that just by simply coming down, getting on the graph, and just riding the wave on down. I'm just using the right and down arrows, or the left and down arrows, to come over. And then I see that this is around 4. So that means the lowest number will be 4. So my range is all numbers that are greater than or equal to -4. Greater than or equal to, because it can be on the line. So that's my range. Domain and range done. Okay. For x and y intercepts, the x-intercepts can be calculated, but you can also just look. And let me make sure that that's clear, not fuzzy for you guys. But you can just look and see there's an x-intercept, -2, and here's another one. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, so -6. -6 and -2. But if it wasn't that easily visible by the eye, you can calculate it, second trace, and then we'll calculate our zeros. 0 is option 2. So now we're going to go left bound. Bound means boundary. So we're going to set a boundary to the left side, enter. A boundary to the right side, enter. And then press enter again, and it jumped right to -6. Okay? And we saw that with our eye. So we can go and do the other one now. I gave you a minute to do it. All right, let's see. If you got left boundary, right boundary, and it doesn't matter where you put your boundaries, just as long as it's to the left and to the right, and then it jumps to -2. So you should have your 2 zeros now. And that was also the x-intercept. So the x-intercept and the zeros are all the same thing. But we need to figure out how we're going to get the y-intercept. Well, I know from doing linear regression that the y-intercept is when the x value is 0. So that tells me right there that it's 12. All right, another way you could do that is you can calculate a value of 0, because it's going to give you x equals 0. And then it tells you, boom, look at that. Third final way, you already know that the c value of your standard form, 8x squared plus bx plus c, the c value is the y-intercept. So that's 3 ways just by looking and knowing your key features of what to do, nothing to calculate. All right, now let's look at vertex. All right, our vertex is our turning point, and you see it turns down here. That's a minimum. So we're going to hit second trace and go to minimum. That's option 3. Again, left boundary just means to the left side of my key feature in question, to the right side of my key feature in question, and then it's going to guess right there in the middle, -4, -4. Now, although that's my minimum value, if it was flipped upside down and I had a -8, then it'll be my maximum value. That's the only thing, but you go to the same second trace, you just press maximum instead of minimum. And also, I want to show you that it's also your axis of symmetry. The x value is also your axis of symmetry. Because if I had a symmetrical line to come down this graph, it would be right here, where x is equal to -4. Another way you can find that is in the table. I told you to look for your cookie cream cookie. And the cookie cream cookie means when your values start to repeat. So if you notice, this is 21 and this is 21. This is 12, this is 12. 5, 5, 0, 0, -3, -3. And you have -4 in the middle. That's your cookie cream cookie. So this is your vertex, -4, 4. That's another way to find the vertex. And then, of course, your x value will be your axis of symmetry. X is equal to -4. So that's all your key features. That's how you find them on the calculator. Any question that asks you for that, you can do it in the calculator within a matter of seconds. All right, so enjoy the video. Watch it as many times as you need.